I was sitting here watching a documentary about Ramika Sims and James Lee, two parents of a young boy who was literally killed on a swing by his mother, Ramika Sims. Um, this story is very, very traumatic, and discretion is advised as you continue. Now, I want to say the reason many doctors and physicians do not promote biblical passages related to mental and emotional stability is not necessarily a lack of belief in Christ or the Bible. Rather, their professional obligation and contracts in the practice of medicine may limit their ability to suggest these spiritual perspectives. As a result, they often focus on evidence based approaches, which can sometimes overlook the importance of interrogating people for more details and integrating faith into the healing process. A lot of things can get looked over. Romania and James Lee were said to be in a happy relationship after meeting at a sports game where James was a security guard. Their relationship took off quickly, and just a few months later, they welcomed a new baby boy into their lives. However, James was unwilling to support Romekia during her postpartum period, and their relationship began to deteriorate. I can only assume that had they been aware of this, they might have recognized the attacks from unseen forces and understood how they both participated in these conflicts against each other instead of working together. Additionally, it was reported that Romekia had to move back in with her mother when she could no longer afford her financial responsibilities after losing her job and experiencing a complete mental breakdown. However, her mother, Vantasha, lived in a hotel and was technically homeless. Despite this understanding, James was reluctant to fully step up for her and the family they had created, choosing instead to battle her in court for custody of their son. It seems reasonable to conclude that he lacked a community of supporters to turn to for advice, as 1 Corinthians 6:1-3 states, "Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unrighteous and not before the saints?" Let's remember Proverbs 22:6. "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." It appears that both Romekia and James were unfortunate in their training. My perception of Proverbs 22:6 is that when faced with hardship or devastating situations in life, a person who has been trained in the right way will instinctively resort to that training when their subconscious kicks in, even if they don't consciously know what to do. Proverbs 29:15 also explains, "The rod and rebuke give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother." Vantasha felt she had done all she could, perhaps believing she had fulfilled her role. I think it is safe to say that no one considered the importance of prayer in this situation. Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel so lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus sees my portion, a constant friend